Namaskar. I thank all my students for inviting me to join this program on the occasion of the International Museum Day. My point of discussion today is Corona pandemic and museum's dilemma. May 18, 2020 is the date for celebration of International Museum Day. Generally, on this day, museums all over the world organizes various activities and try to create an atmosphere of friendship with the museum visitors. Therefore, the museum programs are carefully designed and developed for creating a bridge in between the museum personnel and the visitors. This year's the World Museum Day or the International Museum Day have to be celebrated on a different platform. And many museums have to forego this event. The worldwide corona pandemic has created a situation beyond the control of human beings. It is creating havoc on human society, resulting in death and destructions of economy. As an immediate measure to check this destruction and to break this chain of the virus, a national lockdown has been declared and social distancing practice is implemented. People now confined to their home, outside movement restricted so as to stop the spreading of the deadly virus. The lockdown resulted in a vacuum in socioeconomic and cultural life of the community. Ultimately, this situation stalled the regular activities of various academic and cultural organizations. Museum as the public institution has badly suffered, and museum had to close the door for the visitor. Activities stopped, curators become static. Initially, it is continued for some time, and then the museum personnel started thinking of a way out. Then they started to find the avenue to connect with the people. They readily found the electronic media to their rescue. Many museums started using apps such as Google Meet, Zoom, Skype, Lit, Hangout, etc. for online programs. Some other museums have taken the help of social media like Facebook or the Instagram. Whatever may be the situation, the coronavirus has come to stay with us for time to come. Therefore, museum must restructure its public platform in a new format and a new museum culture has to be evolved now. European Museum Association recently published a report on the plight of the museums in Europe during the corona pandemic. According to this report, many small and medium museums facing closure due to financial crisis. And this financial crisis is because of lack of visitors to the museum. There is also visible impact on the bigger museums with good financial standing. In their websites, it has been noticed that how they are regretting for cancellation of scheduled programs which are planned for revenue generation. Obviously, there seems to be funding problem in all these museums. This is going to be a continued affair. It is now being felt that often after the lockdown period, all the museums have to follow the public health measures, social distancing as a regular feature. The impact of these measures will result in decrease of visitors. According to one estimate, some 50 to 60% of the visitors will not come to the museum. This will lead to the depletion of revenue generation, and then there will be fund crunch for museum programs, and reduction in these academic activities will result in staff retrenchment. There will be uncertainty in museum function. This is especially for the West. So now a time has come, especially for India, for a new strategy for visitors management. Importance of outline programs or virtual tours in museum has to be continued. However, this will not generate enough fund to run the museum. Museum has to allow visitors to come to the museum with some restrictions, and to regulate the number of visitors entry to the museum so as to maintain social distancing norms. Following measures may be thought of by the museums. Number one, prior registration of visitors. Visitors should get registered their name to come to a museum. Secondly, social distance norms inside the galleries and other space of the museum. And finally, the sanitization facilities. Museum should provide the masks and gloves and hand sanitizers and maybe some kind of sanitization spraying machines, that can be used during the visit of the visiting hours of the museum. And the front end museum personnel should be given protective equipments, because they also need safeguard. So all these type of measures have to be organized, uh, and for that uh, some amount of money will be required. Now all these measures will lead to the dawn of a new culture in the museum in the near future. And this will be the reality of the time. Thank you very much.